Hey, Mr. DJ. Ah. Lady. Ah. Ooh. Yeah. Bruno Mars. Yeah. Bruno Mars. I know people compare Bruno Mars all the time to like Elvis. They've compared Bruno to Michael, compare him to James Brown, right? Like I feel like Bruno is constantly compared to people. There is only one fucking Bruno Mars. Is there anyone in the history of the world of like music and pop culture that every single time they put something out, every single song has been a hit? Every single song. Bruno Mars, everything he's put out has literally charted. I know every single song by Bruno Mars. And I'm not even like a fucking, like, I don't know what his fans are called, but like a Mars, it's gotta be like a name, right? Like the Martian. I'm not a Bruno Martian. But like, that's insane. Not like the Beatles have some like indier tracks, right? Because they made so much music, but he's making such a small amount of art. He like knows the like what the formula for a hit, and he puts it in every single song, similarly to the way actually Paul McCartney writes, like similarly to how he wrote songs when he was in the Beatles, of like there's a formula to songwriting, right? That's why you can get like a degree in it. And he has like whether he works with Adele and does All I Ask, are you kidding? Whether he works with fucking CeeLo Green and does Fuck You or Forget You if you were in my car, because we blurted that shit out, baby. And I actually remember one time I was at my childhood crush's house in elementary school, because we were family friends, and we were watching music videos in like the family office, and it was like the family computer, and we were watching videos, and I was like, oh, I would show you this video, and then he would show me this video. It was actually really cute, and probably the nicest he ever was to me in my entire life. I had to see this person from like 6 years old to 18 because we grew up together. And he was like, he just ignored me my whole fucking life. But for some reason, something about music videos can really just like bond like any sexuality. Because everyone loves a good music video. I'm sorry, but it's true. Like, obviously, I have music video nights with gay people and women. I have I go to people's houses to show them music videos that I love. And then someone shows me music videos that they love. And then now I love that music video. Because you're not really going to watch a music video unless, like, you know that artist. And, like, I've discovered artists through music video night. And, like, the iconicness of music videos. Oh, my gosh. I could talk about music videos forever, and I'm not going to do that. Anyways, I remember that my childhood crush was he was, like, looking through videos to show me, music videos to show me. And his older brother was playing games on, like, the next door on like his laptop or something. I don't fucking know what he was doing. And we were like religious and could not say bad words because we were so young. And he clicked on Fuck You. And his older brother was like hearing us talking. And his older brother was like, saying something like, that better not have a curse word in it. Taking it so fucking serious. Literally, dog, he literally was like, he was like in a Godfather chair. He was like in a Godfather chair, dark room, just the light on the screen, and he didn't even look at us. And he was literally just like, okay. It was just so dramatic. It was so dramatic. I'm sorry. Okay. He literally was like, that better not be, fuck you. No, I can do it. I can actually lock in. Let me lock in because this deserves this. Okay. That better not be the fuck you music video. I'm sorry, that's a straight. I just spent 5 minutes just trying to get that line out because I couldn't stop laughing. That's the straightest you're gonna hear. That's the straightest line read of that I can physically do right now. And it was the fuck you version. It wasn't the forget you version. And my I'm sorry, it was my little sister, me, and my crush in the middle in the chair because he's a dick. By the way, spoiler alert, he turned out to be a dick who ignored me after this. It's actually because he's embarrassed. It's because he's embarrassed of this moment. Okay. But we all knew it was the fuck you video. So the anticipation, because it was too late to change the video. He already knew it was gonna play. It was too late to change the video. We just all committed, like, this is gonna happen, and he's gonna freak out. He's gonna freak out. His older brother's gonna flip. And we were, like, literally, you could have heard a pin drop. Okay, me and my sister looked at each other, and we were like, I was shaking. I was shaking. I was literally shaking with anticipation because he goes, I see you driving around town with the girl I'm in love, and I'm like, and then it said, fuck you, and his brother leapt out of a chair and beat the crap in a brotherly way. I think there was like a 3-year age gap, so he definitely could have done some damage, but he was also like, didn't do anything that was really that bad. And he beat the shit out of his little brother and then basically forced him to go back in his room in the dark and, like, not make noise while guests were over because we were over at their house. This is all coming back to me now. Featuring Celine Dion. And I'm singing lead. Then the older brother didn't even talk to me and my little sister. Like, he was, like, 3 years older than I was. So, like, he didn't even talk to me. We were, like, my sister and I were just, like, little chubby girls, like, who were, like, 3 years younger than him. He, like, just ignored us as well. And we just, like, sat there, like, well, what do we do? Because now we're on their family computer. And, like, I think we literally maybe just watched, like, a Katy Perry music video to cool off the heat, and then, like, went downstairs to the living room where my parents were eating dinner and talking about something. But that was just, like, probably one of the scariest moments of my life. I think I was literally, dude, maybe 7 when that happened. And 7 to 10, dude. 7 to 10. I grew up with a little sister who has always been either my height or taller than me. So the physicalness of our relationship, because we physically fought all the time. We're 15 months apart, bitch. So, like, we would fight all the fucking time. And bitch, you might think I'm small. I'm scrappy, bitch. Okay, and I'm smart. I'm a smart fighter. Just like Rob R. from Traders, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. In a momento. But I'm scrappy, and I know how to dig some nails into some skin. I know how to pull some hair, bitch, until I, like, basically rip it out of your head. This is actually not chill, but I have ripped a piece of hair out of my sister's head, like, and I'm talking like a couple hairs, like maybe like a pinch of hair, so it wasn't like there was blood. But I've left fights holding hair in my hands. Because, listen, when there's a box of brats and we want the same brat, I'm about to beat this bitch up. But it's all love now, Ray. It's all love now if you're watching. Then when she started to get taller, I think luckily we were at an age where we weren't fighting as much. Like, we would only really physically fight if, like, something was actually for real, but we were a little more mature. We weren't fighting over dolls anymore, you know what I mean? We were fighting over, like, differences in our lives, our complexities. So I think we stopped fighting, but those were some intense years, because you're like, my sister can come in here and beat my ass just cause. Really, what ends a fight when you're a child is whoever cries first. That's really what a fight is. It's like, who's gonna cry first and run to mom and get her sympathy and then make the other sibling apologize even though we were both fighting, right? That's the goal. So if you can, sometimes you don't even need to fight. Sometimes you need a fat fucking handprint on, like, the meat of their back that, like, stays there for a little bit. That's all you need for a burst of tears, and you're the bad guy, and now you have a punishment. Bitch, this is not a game. Y'all think this is a game, and I'm so fucking for real right now, dude. But I haven't fought anyone in the world besides my little sister, or all my sisters. I probably fought. But I've only ever fought my family members, and it's so interesting because I would never in a million years fight anyone ever again. Like, if someone punched me across the face, I would just be like, dude, I'm just like, I'm not interested in fighting back at this point in my life and who I am and where my heart is and where my aura is at. I'm not about to fight back, okay? And I probably shouldn't be putting that out on the internet because I have weapons in my bag. And I'm not going to go into detail. They are like legal weapons, but I have some shit in my hands at all times when I'm walking because I don't play games. My dad literally yelled at me because he was so scared that I was going to get attacked on the street in New York. So I'm not allowed to play games about that. So don't fuck with me. But in terms of like a girl beating me up in the real life, I just would never fight back. But it's so interesting to think about. There are people in the world who actually physically fight as adults. I don't know. Is that such a dumb thought? I just like, I didn't grow up around people fighting unless it was your siblings. Because I grew up in like suburbia, Henderson, you know what I mean? But like there are people in the world who are grown adults who physically fight. Like that is just crazy to me. Like I would just like hate you so much, but there's nothing you could do to make me like actually beat someone up. Like, the most I could do is, like, a shove. But even that, I would never do that. I really wouldn't. Okay, I'm done talking about that. I literally I have to tell you so much crap, and I just wasted so much time on nothing. On talking about nothing. Okay, I have to talk about so much. Okay, let's talk about food poisoning. I had food poisoning. And once again, actually, I'm not even talking games again. I'm talking so fucking serious. I'd rather have the flu. I'm not gonna, like, say I'd rather have a lot of stuff, but you know what I'm saying. Food poisoning is a fucking it's torture, dude. It feels like it really is what it sounds like. It is fucking poison in your body. Every second I was awake, I had a migraine and my stomach felt queasy and like I was gonna throw up. For 3 days. That's how that was for 3 days. So I couldn't even look at my phone. I had recorded my podcast and I couldn't even upload it because I couldn't even look at my phone because my migraine was so bad. I think I slept like 20 out of the 24 hours of that day because if I would even wake up for a second, I would be like in such pain I had to go back to bed. Do you see what I'm saying? I was like that for like multiple days, and then even after that, until today, it's been like a full week, 7 days. For a full 7 days, I like haven't been able to eat food. And as an iron deficient girl, honey, if I don't eat food, I faint. If I don't eat food, girl, I start losing consciousness. So I really need to eat a lot of food every day. Not a lot of food, but I need iron every day. And so if I'm not eating, I really feel the effects of that. It gets really dangerous really fast. But every time I would eat, I would throw it up. Oh, it's brutal, dude. It is so brutal. Anyways, so because of that, I uploaded my podcast 2 days late. I already broke my New Year's resolution. Fuck. Well, hey, wherever you go, there you are. You know what I'm saying? But hey, just because there's a little bump in the road doesn't mean we gotta redirect. We just gotta get back on the path. You know what I mean? It's just been a whirlwind. This week, I also basically have this guy who's obsessed with me, and I'm gonna tell you about him just enough. I met this guy when I was with my roommate, like, partying one night in New York. But he was partying, I was with Allison, actually. I was with Allison in November or December, and he danced with Allison at, like, respectful dancing, but he was, like, paying attention to Allison. So I, like, literally was like, go Allison, like, woo, I love Allison. And nothing, like, terrible. He just, like, wasn't looking at me. He was looking at Allison. Then I like hadn't thought about him or seen him. And then one night Rams is out partying and I stayed home. And it was the night I had fucking food poisoning. The night I had food poisoning, the first night, like the night I was poisoned, he came over and Rams was like, hey, can this guy come over? Do you remember this guy? And I'm like, no, I don't. And then he comes over and I'm like, oh, he's cute. Like, I didn't even register he's actually cute. He told me, like, hey, since the night I saw you, like, I wanted to see you. I had a crush on you this whole time. And I'm like, okay, bet. Bet, dude. This last weekend was the winter storm. So low-key, the fact he was in there and then he was kind of stuck in there. You know what I'm saying? He was stuck because he drove. He has a car. So he drove to my house. He couldn't leave my house because we were in a winter storm. And he lived in Brooklyn and I live in Manhattan, Upper West Side. So that's like a 50-minute drive in a storm. We can't do that. So he stayed in my apartment while I had food poisoning. And he took care of me and nursed me back to health. And I'm like, there may just be something about you, baby. There may be. By the end of those 3 days, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And said that basically there's also a language barrier. He speaks Spanish and I speak English and he speaks a little bit of English. There's a lot of like, you are beautiful. And I'm like, I'm sick. And then he's like, no, you're beautiful. And I'm like, I thank you, but I'm actually sick. No, you're beautiful. And I'm like, okay, bitch, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend. So I have a boyfriend now. And I saw him on Wednesday and it was his birthday. What? And so it was his birthday. And he had no plans because it was Wednesday night. Still recovering from this fucking food poisoning situation, by the way. And so I'm like, well, let's go to dinner. It's your birthday. So we went to dinner. So much fun. We got ice cream because he doesn't like cake. Bet. And then I felt sick and went home. And I was like, I'm so sorry I feel sick, but happy birthday. And he was like, don't say sorry. It's good. And then he came over on Friday and I saw Send Help with Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. And we saw that together. And then we came to my apartment and played Uno. And then basically we went out on Saturday night. And here's what I recommend to you. I recommend dating someone who has a car and then making out in the backseat of their car to High Fashion by Addison Rae. Something happened when I was making out with him listening to the Addison Rae's album, which I listened to that album one time, and for some reason, with the vibe of just driving around New York and at nighttime being in the passenger seat, not having to worry about a thing with like a hot guy on my side, I was like, this feels like I should be playing Addison Rae. Like Addison Rae was calling to me, like a siren song. And I was like, I don't know why, but this just feels right. And it was a spiritual awakening. And now I completely understand Addison Rae. There are so many things, Addison Rae, that people don't get that you're doing. Okay? They don't get it. They think it's silly. They don't get it. I get what you're doing. I've understood you from the moment I have been aware of you to all the way to now. I understand every single thing that you've done and why you've done it. Okay? I understand every creative choice. And in some ways, I don't think anyone else in the world could have had a different experience and end up with the Addison Rae content we have, except for Addison Rae. Addison Rae is one of a kind. She's like spiritual. I don't know how else to describe it. I have like a different perspective on life and on love and on who I am. And I'm just happy. I'm happier now. I'm happier. And I'm better for it. And I'm just like cannot stress enough how serious I am right now. I'm dead fucking serious. Okay, I need to talk about another relationship in my life, and that's traders. I literally didn't even finish the episode. I didn't even finish the episode because I can't stop talking or thinking really about Rob R. Rob R has me twirling my fucking hair, saying, oh, this might be like a dab of Will Kirby from season 2 of Big Brother, who you guys know is the most attractive presence to ever grace a screen in the world. Is Will Kirby. His level of gameplay is actually it's at the point where it's one of the all-time greats. Okay, we're talking Boston Rob, we're talking Will Kirby, we're talking him. Like in terms of male performance on, which I'm usually not even that interested in, but male performance in competition shows like of all fucking time, like the ultimate king of kings, he's getting up there. And he's actually, I found myself literally yelling at the TV saying, you are a smart man. You are a smart man. You are a smart man. And I really like smart men. And I say that as a threat. As a threat. I like smart men. Yeah. So do with that what you will. Speaking of, the vibe that I just gave you is the exact vibe of Send Help. Send Help with Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams, directed by Sam Raimi. I wanted to see it because I love Rachel McAdams so much. I love her so much. She's probably top 4, like, letterbox 4 actresses. I'm literally going to put Rachel McAdams there. I'm not even kidding. Regina George to The Notebook pipeline is like slim to none. I can't think of anyone else that could have done Regina George and Notebook in the same year and have them be that iconic of stories. Like, she's an all-timer. For me and my house. I thought Send Help was, at some points, like, Tubi level, cheesy, corny, obnoxious, like, B-movie, I laughed out loud bad parts of the movie. There are moments like that. There are also phenomenal moments. And some moments are a little camp, but let me tell you why I love Rachel McAdams so much. It's because she knows what movie she's in. She's not giving you too much, and she's giving you just enough to make it real. She had a monologue about, like, giving her ex-husband was an alcoholic, and one night and an abusive person, and one night she, like, poured him a drink, and he was looking for the keys, and she, like, basically she got her keys out of her purse and put it on the table and poured him a drink. She delivers it so well, even within the confines of a very awkward girl. So even within the confines of that character, she is able to deliver that monologue with such a severity. It was so good. This is my favorite part of the whole movie. I thought this alone was like, okay, I don't regret buying the $22 ticket. You know what I'm saying? He pretends to fall in love with her, and then he poisons her with, like, these berries, but doesn't use enough to actually kill her. Spoiler alert. I'm already giving a spoiler alert. But he then makes, like, a raft to sail across the sea, and then the raft falls apart, and so he has to come back to shore, and she wakes up from being poisoned. She numbs his body while he's still alive, and so he can't look down. Oh! It's so good. And she has a knife, and she literally cuts his dick off. And he is alive while it's happening and awake while it's happening, but he can't see it, and because he's numb from the neck down. Dylan O'Brien acts that so well. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dylan O'Brien's such a good actor. The best part of this movie is the actors. I understand why both actors did it, because they got to do a lot of exciting, like, this movie does, like, a lot of things. Like, there's a romance element, there's a horror element, there's, like, a survival element, there's, like, they're abandoned on an island element. Like, those are elements that like, are really cool to act out, and they're really fun, and it's like, oh, cool, I got to do a movie where I was on an island and be a survival movie. That's cool. So, like, it checks a lot of boxes, and I think both of them are, like, I love both of them as actors, so, like, I totally get why they did the movie. But that being said, like, they were both too good for what the movie was. But it was a fun movie, and I actually would watch it again because the acting is so good in the movie. But I would probably give this movie, like, a 3 out of 5, because it was so, like, it was like giving, like, Tyler Perry Studios from Atlanta episode type of movie. You know what I mean? My gosh, this is such a different thing. But Catherine O'Hara passed away, and this is going to be, like, an actual moment of earnest, because I love Catherine O'Hara. My entire family watched Schitt's Creek together, and that was probably one of the last shows we watched as a family, and we loved her character on Schitt's Creek so much. We to this day quote her quotes all the time. Nightmare Before Christmas is, like, I still listen to that music. It's one of my favorite childhood movies, one of my favorite movies, and she voiced that character so well. Like, girl, she's a queen. She is a legit queen of voice acting, and every character she did was so different and sweet and cool and interesting and unique. She was so talented, but specifically her work in comedy, in like the Christopher Guest films, and her work with Eugene Levy. My family loves those movies. Those are our favorite movies, are like the mockumentary Christopher Guest movies, and her characters in them were so funny and unforgettable. Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. This is my first time getting emotional on the pod, and it deserves to be Catherine O'Hara, because I love her, and I think she is a one-of-a-kind, unique, amazing, talented comedian, and I just think she's one of a kind, and I think she's an all-time great, and I truly I'm going to miss her so much, because she kept on working. She was working and doing like her best work, even better characters, and she like progressed in her life and her comedic career. Like, she was still working and doing her like best career defining work. So for her to be gone, as I'm like, if she would have lived, she would have given us so much more. You know what I mean? And I would eat it all up. I just love her so much. So I'm very sad to hear that she passed. I'm very sad to hear that. I also want to talk about another comedian that I love that is very different than Catherine O'Hara. Still a very influential person in my personal comedic taste, and that is Terry Joe. Terry Joe put out a movie, and I've actually never even seen like a Tubi produced movie. As soon as I saw that Terry Joe had a movie on Tubi, I literally stopped everything I was doing, which was just scrolling on TikTok and eating pretzels, and I clicked on Tubi on my TV and I watched the entire thing. I'm so proud of Terry Joe. I'm so proud. I think she is so funny. And I'm just proud of her. Like, who knew? Like, she just was on TikTok, like, doing funny bits. It got her to the point that she's at now, and she has a full movie. I'm, like, just proud of her. And I think that she's very funny and very smart, and has really great comedic instinct, and I just love Terry Joe. I love you, Terry Joe. Like, who doesn't love Terry Joe? I didn't even talk about Dylan O'Brien from that movie. All I have to say about Dylan O'Brien is that he's a very great actor, and in the movie, he does a very great comedic performance, and I'm glad that he finally did a very villain-esque character, because I think he did a great job, and I think he played the romantic moments really real, and I think he looked like he was having a lot of fun as well within the confines of the character, and I'm also proud of him, and I'm proud of Rachel McAdams. So yeah. Okay, I want to go back to Traitors because I do want to talk about it. So with Traitors, the thing about Natalie is the same reason why she won Survivor is the same reason she's going to lose Traitors, which is why this is a great show, is because it highlights different skills for these people, or for people in general. Survivor, at the end of the day, is about surviving, bitch, so it's about you. So you can't be more loyal to anyone else than yourself in Survivor. Traitors is the opposite. Traitors is about having a group of people that you trust. So when she's like fighting over things and is like, no, I need it, it's like, okay, but we're about the group, baby. This is about community. This is about the group mentality. So she won Survivor with that skill, but it's literally gonna be the reason for her demise in this show. And I'm like, that's what makes her a problem with being a faithful. I'm like, she would have been a good traitor. But let me tell you something, Candace, I love you, Candace, and you are great on the show, and I could even see you winning the damn show. People are talking about Rob. Candace is a great traitor, and she's smart. I'm telling you guys, I understand that Rob is like getting all the talk right now, and he's playing a terrific game, and like I said, I think he's a very smart man in reality. Like, he's a smart man, and I like smart men. But I think she's so good. I think everything she's doing, I'm like, ugh, that's so good. I really like her. And I just, yeah. I now want it to be Candace, Phaedra, and Rob. I want them to do one. And I think it would be great if, like, Traitors came back and were Traitors again. I think it would be even more fun. But whatever, that's like for future seasons. Survivor 50's happening, and I think I'm gonna tune in. I actually do, because I just love too many people, and if I don't see it now, I'm gonna watch it at some point in my life just because I love these people so much. So I think I'm gonna watch Survivor 50. And okay, oh my gosh, I need to talk about Ariana Grande. I just saw her do the Vogue, like the 21 Vogue looks YouTube video. It's just, don't even recognize the things she's gone through. And I know you're like, oh, okay, I can think of some bad things, like all celebrities go through some bad things. No. Ariana Grande has been through so much. Like, the worst things that could ever happen to a person at that level of magnitude have happened to her. She is still a gentle, like, trying her fucking best and trying to be as authentic as she can be for where she is right now in a public view as she can right now. She's still that person. And she could have said, hey, bye, I'm never going to talk or do anything ever again because I'm rich and I don't need this right now. And she could have retired after Wicked. Or she could have retired and never sang anything ever again. I think she will come out with music another point in time in her life. And I think it will be just as good. Like, I'm not even kidding. And this actually brings me to Harry Styles, but I'm going to continue to talk about Ariana Grande for just a second. I just want to say, she has given us so much culture. She has her effects, like, similarly to how I feel about Bruno, there's only one Ariana Grande. She gets compared to Madonna. She gets compared to Mariah Carey, of course. She gets compared to, like, so many friggin' people. There is only one Ariana Grande. Her effects on fashion, music, on acting, on, like, beauty standards, even, like, her effects on the world are generational, baby. For generations, she's had the pop culture in the palm of her hand. Okay? She's been creating the culture. Okay? So, just let her fucking, like, just let her be. Whatever, man. I just saw something that said that, like, Meghan Markle is more hated than Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way people treat women compared to how they treat men who are, quote-unquote, done bad things, it's like, okay, you know what? Let's take your life and put it at a public scale and monitor everything that every person you've ever interacted with in your life has a story about you, and you're, like, you know what I'm saying? And let's see if you're perfect. Because you know what? I can guarantee you, especially women, I'm going to be canceled at some point. I'm going to be canceled at some point if I continue to do this. And I can tell you, if I make a mistake, I genuinely want to know about it, and I want to learn from it so that I don't do it again, because I'm interested in growing, right? That being said, do you think a guy is thinking about that? Like, a guy is, if they have a podcast, is like, I'm right, and I need to hear people who think I'm right, which I guess is kind of what I'm doing, but they're doing it in, like, a weird, demonic, toxic masculinity way. Whereas I, as a woman, I'm like, I know I'm going to be canceled and my words are going to be misconstrued and people are going to hate me from the moment that I upload anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, there are male public celebrities who are so revered, and Ariana Grande is literally an angel and has some, like, maybe not perfect relationship stuff, and so she's like the devil reincarnated and you can't even watch her stuff. Like, whatever, dude. She's a human being, and there's complexities to that. I feel it's very unfair, but whatever, dude. I want to talk about Harry Styles. This song that he just put out is the first song that I've ever downloaded from Harry Styles. I think this song is great. We belong together. And tell me why I'm literally gonna be the guy who was chasing Harry Styles for Halloween this year. Like, I'm him, and Rob R is Harry Styles. I think this song is so good, and I've heard nothing but hate towards this song. I literally think it's so good. Like, what? This song is good, dude. I feel like I'm genuinely shocked that people don't like it. I'm not even kidding. I love it. I literally love it. I've heard his other songs like Adore You and Watermelon Sugar, but I've never been a girl who's been like, I would live and die by Harry Styles because it's just, I don't know, that's just not my type. But I love this. I love the music video so much. I think it's both like meaningful and funny and cool. I think it's cool. I like the style of the hotel and everything. Like, it was chill. And I love the music. I don't know. I'll actually might listen to his album when it comes out. I really like the song. I'm playing it nonstop. And also the Bruno Mars song, this happened with Die With a Smile. The first time I heard it, I was like, this is so, like, I didn't like it the first time I heard I Just Might, and I didn't like Die With a Smile on first listen, because I'm like, this is like, I don't know. I feel like it was too simple. I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like it was basic. I feel like that's a mean thing to say, but I'm just like, it sounds like a Target commercial to me. I don't understand it. And then I listened to it 7 or 8 more times, and I'm like, if the world was ending out. Like the scene from Tommy Boy where they're both crying listening to that song, and like, that's how I'm singing that song now. I love Die With a Smile, and I would even do it at karaoke level. I love that song. And that's how I feel about Just Might. I literally, first time I heard it, I was like, this is basic. Like, okay, whatever, man. Whatever. And then I listened to it like 7 more times, and I'm like, when can I go to a wedding and dance my fucking ass off on the fucking dance floor to this song? Because you know they're going to play Bruno Mars at a fucking wedding. And you know what? I do like weddings because they're free, baby. They're free, and you get good food, and you can dance. And when do you have an excuse to dance with your friends? Take it. That's what a wedding is. It's like, why do people hate weddings, dude? Like, if you have to pay for it, yeah, don't go if you don't want to go. But weddings are great. What? Invite me to your wedding if you have a wedding. I'll go to anyone's wedding. I love weddings. I don't think I would ever plan a wedding, though. Like, even watching Say Yes to the Dress, I was like, there's too many options. There's too many options for a wedding dress. I could never do that. The pressure of a wedding within itself, I'm like, I would never get married. Personally, for me, I would never get married. But if I were to get married, it would be an elopement. Yeah, that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in getting married at all. I'm not interested in having a wedding at all. I'm interested in planning a party, but that sounds stressful to me as well. Like, I just want to curate my personal life. I don't want to plan things for other people because I'm anxious. And maybe that will change once I, like, plan a party for the first time in my life since, like, I was 18. But nonetheless, whatever. You know what I mean? A wedding is just so much. It's like, yeah, I could totally choose a mermaid style gown and pink flowers and at the beach, or I could totally choose fucking the mountains in a complete lace with fucking like lilies in my hand. There's too many options, and they're all good options. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too indecisive for something like that. It feels like you get one special thing that's supposed to be like, that is like the day of your entire life. It's too much, dude. It's too much. But I don't have to worry about that because I literally don't want to get married. Oh my gosh, my nails, last thing, and then I'll go. I got these strawberry nails. I got these strawberry nails for Valentine's Day, and I love them. And nails are maybe my favorite part of beauty right now. Like, I love, because I feel like good about my makeup. I feel my hair, girl. The next 10 years of my life are going to be dedicated to finding a hair routine because I have nothing. I have no routine. I don't know what to do. My hair is a mess. Like, I have virgin hair. I've never cut or like colored my hair ever. And I literally just like shampoo and condition every single day. Like, I have no idea. So my hair, who knows? But nails, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love nails right now. I just think it's the cutest accessory and it makes me feel so fucking feminine. And I love nails. I always did nail polish with like my normal nails as a girl growing up. I've just always been like a girl who does her nails at home because I couldn't afford to go get a manicure. And now I'm like, you know? But yeah. Okay, anyways. Bye.